You ever feel that deep, aching heaviness in your legs, like you're walking through wet concrete? Or maybe your ankles swell up by the end of the day. Your feet get cold even when the room is warm. And no matter how many times you stretch or shake them out, they still feel tired.
You're not alone. Poor circulation in the legs affects millions of older adults, and while many people chalk it up to just getting older, here's the truth nobody tells you. It's not age itself, it's inactivity and weakened muscle function. The good news? You can change that starting today. In fact, with just 3 simple movements, no equipment, no gym, you can start improving blood flow to your legs in real time. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Hello, my name is Dr. Brian Vittorio. I've been an orthopedic specialist for over 30 years, helping seniors across the continent to live their best possible lives after 60. If you care about staying physically stable and independent as you age, this is the community for you. And I hope you join us by subscribing and hitting the bell icon. Also, visit seniorsorthopedics.com and let's continue this guide. Let's talk about why this matters so much. When your blood doesn't circulate well in your lower body, everything starts to slow down. Oxygen delivered to your cells weakens. Waste products like carbon dioxide and lactic acid build up. You feel that as soreness, numbness, fatigue, and eventually it can turn into much more serious issues like varicose veins, skin ulcers, or even dangerous blood clots. But the real kicker is, most of this is preventable and reversible. The key? Movement that activates your body's natural circulatory power tools, your muscle pumps. Now, what are muscle pumps exactly? Picture your veins as long, thin rivers, flowing upward against gravity. Unlike arteries, which get help from your heartbeat to push blood forward, veins don't have a natural pump of their own. Instead, they rely on the muscles around them, especially in your legs, to squeeze and push that blood back toward the heart. Every time you walk, flex your ankle, rise onto your toes, or even wiggle your feet, you're triggering these muscle pumps. But when you sit too long, stand still for hours, or stop exercising altogether, those pumps go quiet. Blood starts pooling in the lower legs, and that's when the problems begin. So the goal isn't complicated. Wake those muscles back up, get the blood moving, and keep it flowing smoothly, consistently, and without pressure building in the wrong places. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Recent studies from vascular medicine journals have shown that even light, low-impact movements done at consistent intervals can significantly boost venous return. That's the fancy term for blood coming back up from your legs. We're talking improvements in circulation within days. And you don't need to train like an athlete. You just need to move smarter, not harder. Let's start with one of the most underestimated yet powerful exercises: elevated ankle pumps. Find a sturdy chair or a couch. Sit down comfortably and rest your feet on a second chair in front of you. If you don't have one, a stack of pillows works too. The key here is elevation. Ideally, your calves should be a little higher than your hips. This alone helps gravity do part of the job, reducing venous pressure. Now for the movement. Point your toes downward like you're stepping on a gas pedal. Then slowly pull them back toward your nose. Down and up. That's 1 rep. What you're doing is contracting the tibialis anterior and gastrocnemius, the 2 main muscle groups that flank your shin and calf. And with each pump, you're squeezing the veins around them like a tube of toothpaste, pushing old blood back toward the heart. Do 10 repetitions at steady rhythm. Not too fast, just smooth, controlled motion. Then take a short 10-second pause. Then do it again, and 1 more time. That's 3 sets of 10. This simple exercise increases venous return, improves oxygenation in the lower limbs, and starts reducing swelling, all while you're sitting. No standing, no balance needed. And if you do it daily, you'll begin to feel your legs grow lighter, warmer, more alive. Now that the muscles are activated while seated, we're going to enhance the effect by taking advantage of gravity even more with a position I call the zero-gravity ankle pump. Lay down on your back on a bed or yoga mat. Place a pillow under your head for comfort. Then, elevate your legs so that your knees are bent and higher than your stomach. You can use a couch, a stack of cushions, or even rest your feet on the edge of a chair. Your thighs should form about a 90-degree angle from your body. This Z shape does 2 things. It relaxes the lower back, and it raises the legs high enough to drain stagnant blood gently and naturally. Now, repeat the same ankle pumping motion. Point your toes forward, then flex them back, slowly, rhythmically. You should feel a bit of stretch in your shins and calves. That's good. That means the muscle pump is working. Do 10 pumps, rest 10 seconds, then repeat 2 more times. This is especially powerful at the end of the day when your legs feel puffy or tired. In this position, the body has a much easier time clearing out excess fluid, and you'll often feel noticeably less tension in the lower legs afterward. If you suffer from sciatica or chronic back tightness, this position also decompresses the lumbar spine, giving you bonus relief in multiple areas. Now that we've activated the seated and lying down pumps, it's time to bring in a standing move that really gets results, especially for those who want more stability and strength in their everyday walk. It's called the step calf raise. and it's one of the most potent blood-pumping moves for your legs. Stand near a wall or railing you can hold for support. Place the balls of your feet on the edge of a sturdy step, with your heels hanging off the edge. Slowly lift your heels up as high as you can. Pause at the top, then lower them below the step for a good stretch. That's 1 rep. When you rise up, your calves are contracting, squeezing those deep veins. When you lower down, you're stretching them open, creating space for new, oxygen-rich blood to rush in. It's a double benefit. If the step is too difficult, you can start on flat ground. The motion is the same: up, pause, down. Just go slow and use a chair or countertop for support. Again, do 10 repetitions, rest for 10 seconds, and repeat 2 more times. This exercise doesn't just boost circulation, it improves ankle stability, balance, and walking strength. Over time, it builds resilience into your legs, which helps prevent falls, stumbles, and long-term mobility issues. Now, here's something most people don't realize. Good circulation isn't just about blood flow, it's about nutrient delivery. Every time your blood moves smoothly through your legs, it's carrying oxygen, vitamins, minerals, and hormones that your cells desperately need to heal and function. Poor circulation doesn't just make you tired, it slows down tissue repair, worsens inflammation, and makes you more vulnerable to cold feet, muscle cramps, and even infections. This is why these 3 simple exercises are so powerful. They don't just relieve symptoms, they change the conditions inside your body. And it gets even better. When you repeat these movements daily, you're also gently retraining your nervous system. You're teaching your body to prioritize circulation again, to respond faster and more effectively every time you move. It's like jump-starting a forgotten engine. The more you do it, the more efficient your body becomes. Now let's talk about timing. When should you do these exercises? The answer is simple. Whenever you feel stiffness, swelling, or coldness in your legs, do them. But to get the full benefit, make it part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth. Morning is a great time to get the blood flowing before your day starts. Evening is perfect if your legs feel tired or heavy from standing or sitting too long. Many seniors find that doing these exercises before bed leads to better sleep, not just because of improved circulation, but because it helps calm the nervous system. That light pumping action from your legs can actually lower stress hormones like cortisol and promote the release of nitric oxide, a natural blood vessel relaxer. And yes, there's science to back this up. A 2022 review in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that consistent low-intensity leg movements in older adults significantly reduce symptoms of peripheral edema, that's the swelling caused by fluid buildup, and increased blood return by over 25% within just 2 weeks. No supplements, no surgery, just smart, consistent movement. Now, let me share something else that's equally important but often overlooked: hydration. You could be doing all the right movements, but if your blood is thick and dehydrated, it won't flow easily, no matter how strong your muscle pumps are. Think of your blood like a river. When it's hydrated, it flows effortlessly. When it's not, it becomes sluggish and sticky. Many seniors unintentionally drink too little water because thirst cues get weaker with age. But your circulation relies on fluid. Aim for small sips throughout the day, especially if you're doing these exercises. It doesn't need to be plain water either. Herbal teas, soups, or water-rich fruits like cucumbers and oranges all count. If you're on fluid restrictions, speak with your doctor. But most older adults benefit tremendously from even a slight increase in hydration. Next, posture. Bad posture while sitting or standing can silently sabotage your leg circulation. If you often sit with your knees crossed, lean forward, or let your feet dangle without support, blood pools in the lower limbs. It's a bit like kinking a garden hose. Nothing flows right. Here's a simple adjustment. When sitting, keep both feet flat on the ground or slightly elevated. Use a footrest if needed. Your knees should be at hip level or slightly lower. Sit back into the chair for support and avoid slouching forward. If you're watching TV or reading, take a 30-second movement break every 30 minutes. Even just flexing your ankles or rolling your feet can restart the pumps. If you find this video helpful so far, don't forget to like and comment kudos so more people like you can find this helpful guide. Your feedback helps me create practical videos that truly aid your physical strength and balance as you age. So thank you for your honest feedback, and let's continue this guide. Standing? Shift your weight occasionally. Avoid locking your knees for too long. These micro adjustments keep your circulation active without requiring a full workout. And here's a powerful trick you can do right now. I call it the foot flutter. While sitting, lift your heels off the floor and alternate tapping your toes. Left, right, like a little flutter. Do this for 30 seconds. It may sound silly, but this rhythmic tapping activates the small muscles in your feet and lower legs, and it's surprisingly effective at stimulating blood flow, especially for those who can't do standing exercises easily. This movement also improves the proprioceptors in your feet, tiny nerve endings that help you sense position and balance.
That means better circulation and better coordination, reducing your risk of trips and falls. Now, let's tie it all together. When you combine the seated elevated ankle pumps, the zero-gravity ankle pumps while lying down, and the standing step calf raises, you're covering all three major circulation zones of the legs: seated, reclined, and upright. This gives your body a 360-degree reboot for lower limb circulation.
Doing all three once per day? Amazing. Doing one set after each meal? Even better, because digestion actually redirects blood to the stomach. And these gentle leg movements help keep everything else circulating too. The key is not perfection, it's consistency. You don't need to feel sore. You don't need to sweat. You just need to move with purpose. Now, you might be wondering, how fast will I feel results? For most people, there's a noticeable difference within the first week. Less swelling, warmer feet, fewer nighttime leg cramps. Some report their legs feel lighter when climbing stairs or walking the dog. And for others, it's improved sleep, less restlessness, and more energy during the day. But beyond how you feel, there's something deeper happening. You're reversing a process that's been slowly building up for years. You're rebuilding your body's ability to keep itself healthy, and that's powerful. So if you're over 60 or even over 50, and your legs have been sending you warning signs, don't ignore them. Listen, respond, and move, because mobility is independence, because circulation is vitality, because you can feel strong again with just a few minutes a day. Now, here's something most people never think about until it's too late. Once circulation slows down, everything else starts slowing down with it. Your metabolism drops, healing takes longer, muscles start to atrophy. Even your brain fog can be linked back to poor lower body circulation. Because your legs act like a second heart. They're responsible for pumping blood back up to your chest and brain. When they don't work efficiently, your whole body feels it. That's why taking care of your legs isn't just about avoiding discomfort. It's about protecting your independence, your energy, and your quality of life. And it doesn't have to be hard. You've just learned 3 specific movements that don't require any special equipment. You don't need a gym, you don't need a trainer, and you definitely don't need to be in shape to start. All you need is the willingness to move, gently, mindfully, and consistently. But here's the thing that separates people who watch from people who change: taking action now. Because most people will hear this, nod along, and tell themselves, I'll try that later. But later becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. And before you know it, the problem has worsened. Don't let that be you. Start with just one of the exercises. Even if you're sitting in a chair right now, just begin with the elevated ankle pumps. Feel the muscles engage. Feel the warmth come back into your feet. Feel that quiet confidence start to return. The one that says, you're doing something good for yourself. And then build from there. Even if you're dealing with chronic issues like peripheral artery disease, varicose veins, or diabetes-related neuropathy, these movements are gentle enough to help, yet powerful enough to make a difference. Of course, always speak with your healthcare provider, especially if you have underlying conditions. But for most seniors, these are exactly the kind of movements doctors wish more people would do daily. You are not too old. Your legs are not done. They are waiting for activation. And here's one more tip. Don't go at it alone. If you have a partner, a friend, or a loved one, invite them to do this routine with you. You'd be surprised how much more enjoyable and consistent it becomes when it's shared. It can even turn into a little daily ritual. 3 minutes of movement that reconnect you not just to your body, but to life itself. If you're more independent and prefer to go solo, great. You're doing it for you, and that's powerful too. One final recommendation before we wrap up. Combine these movements with deep diaphragmatic breathing. When you breathe deeply into your belly while moving your legs, you're activating your venous return from 2 directions, the legs and the lungs. Inhale deeply as you lift your toes. Exhale slowly as you lower. This creates a rhythm that not only boosts blood flow but calms the nervous system, lowers blood pressure, and helps oxygen reach your tissues more efficiently. It's simple, it's powerful, and you'll feel the difference. So, wherever you are right now, whether you're sitting on the edge of your bed, lounging in a chair, or standing in the kitchen, give your legs the love they deserve. Because your legs have carried you through every season of life. They supported your steps, your adventures, your stories, and your strength. And now it's your turn to support them. So here's your nudge. Commit to these 3 movements once per day. Just 1 round, less than 5 minutes. That's all it takes to start seeing change. If you're more mobile, you can increase the reps. If you're just starting, even a few pumps count. But whatever you do, start moving. And if this guide helped you, share it with someone you love. A spouse, a neighbor, a parent. Because healthy legs don't just carry you forward, they help carry others too.